Good afternoon, brothers and sisters.
Good afternoon po.
Yes, maulan na hapon. So let's us formally begin. Let us sing Chonagog anthem. For our opening prayer, may I request Kuya Francis.
Okay, let's just pray. Good afternoon po. To all most beloved parents, victorious co-parents, humankind in heaven and earth. Marami pong salamat sa araw po na ito na pinagkaloob niyo po sa amin. Sana po samahan niyo po kami sa oras na ito upang tinig ulit ang mga about sa lechon at muli pong buksan ang aming mga puso't isipan upang maintindihan lahat ng mga topic. At maraming salamat din po sa mga lecturer na nag-share po ng bawat sana po ikapayin po ng bawat isa at maraming salamat po every parents so parents Adjo.
Ju. Yes, magandang maulan sa atin, brothers and sisters. Kamusta?
Okay lang.
Kamusta sa Palawan? Maulan din ba sa Palawan? Dominic. Mahina yung signal.
Malakas.
Anyways,
Ulan dito.
yeah, I think maulan din siguro. Malamig pa. Nag-jacket na naman. So,
Lakas. Hina signal.
yeah, sige lang kuya.
Malakas
So,
ulan.
let's, nag-midterm tayo last time. And ang gagawin natin is, before we begin the lecture, sagutan muna natin.
Ay.
Dali lang yung ano. Yung midterm, eh. Wala na ka-perfect. Bibigyan ko sana ng isa pang test kung perfect. Okay. Yeah.
Wala naka-perfect score. May bonus pa man din sana ako.
O rin dapat meron din.
Mahirap ba yung exam?
nasa DP lang naman sir, so sakto lang. DP na lang.
Ikaw ang sumagot eh. Ikaw kaya sumagot. Dapat sila.
Ay. Okay. Ay, hindi ko pa na-share. So, nakita ba? Okay. Tawagin ko isa-isa. Multiple choice, write the letter of the correct answer and the blank. 10 points na agad. 1 point is every number. Okay, number 1. Through this humanity has followed the path for searching. Follow the path of searching for external truth. Ate Sandra, anong sagot? Hello, Ate Sandra.
Kuya, hindi mo ata nakuha. Hello, good afternoon. Hindi mo ata nabasa
Religion.
yung ano ko, answer
Yo.
ko. I mean yung hindi
Yung-
hindi mo na napasa yung inano ko sa Messenger.
Ano sagot sa number
Pero
1, te?
yung answer ko is letter A. Letter A po yung answer ko.
Okay, that's correct. External truth.
Science.
C.
Answer mo, Victor?
B.
No, I mean B. Science. Yes.
B. Science.
Oo.
Sino yung sumagot ng B?
Kuya, ano na lang po ng ano ko, kuya.
Yes.
Hindi mo na ano sa isang account ko ata napasa. Thank you po.
Nag-test na ba?
Number,
Ay, wala pa, may nag-test. Ang buti.
Pero nagpakita mo na.
diba? Uy. Number 2, it is often not understood in its
Napay dili
original
nag-test.
sense.
Napay dili nag-test.
Sa mga hindi pa nag-test, hindi na makapag-test, sir. Number 2, it is often not understood in its original sense. Ate Christine Sarmiento.
Kuya, yung answer ko po is letter A. But hindi po ako sure.
The correct answer is B. Desire.
Desire.
Yeah, it is not. Actually, pag-isipin mo talaga, pwede yung value.
Mag-get ng question. Mag-get ng question.
Yeah, pag-isipin mo, pwede yung value, but ang correct answer talaga is B.
Okay.
Malalaman nyo actually pag, pag hindi yung ano na niya, parang yung rest. Anyways, number 3. By observing and studying this, we can be able to Dito pala ako. Hello. Number 3, by observing and studying this, we can be able to understand the divine nature of the invisible God.
Gagmay tanan.
Ate Rosaine,
Oh my God.
ano te?
Purpose?
The correct answer is A, universe. Number 4,
Tatay.
the spirits in the spirit world can receive the benefit of being resurrected through what process? Christine Helia Libres. Number 4, the spirits in the spirit world can receive the benefit of being resurrected through what process? Christine Helia Libres.
P.
Ano nga tayo? Ay,
MD.
sagutin mo?
MD.
B. The correct answer is
Demni.
returning resurrection.
Ay.
Yeah. Then number 5. This is the core or center of God's nature. Ate Mary. Number 5 te. Ano sa'yo sagot? This is the core or center of God's nature. Number 5. Anong sagot?
Hello? Kuya? Ay, yung itawag.
Yes, Ate Mary.
This is the core center of God's heart. B.
Okay. Heart B. Correct. Sakto. Number 6. This is the fundamental foundation of goodness and the fulfillment of God's purpose of creation. Let's welcome Kuya Ron Ray.
Naririnig po. Ano nga number 6?
6.
A yung sa akin. For position foundation.
Fundamental foundation. Yes, A. For position foundation. Number 7. This is the fundamental force of God's and each being's existence. Let's welcome Kuya Dominic.
Anong number po? Anong
Number 7. Kuya.
Opo. 7. Answer ko, letter A. Letter A.
The correct answer
Give and receive
is
action.
D, universal prime force. Number 8, when a person reaches the completion stage of spiritual growth, that spirit becomes what? Let's sino ba hindi natawag? Ate Rona.
A.
Reaches completion. The correct answer is divine spirit. Ang tatlong level yan siya eh. Form spirit, life spirit, saka divine spirit. Ang pinakataas is divine. Completion stage kasi no. Number 9. This is the time of turning point when the evil world is replaced by the ideal world. Let's welcome Kuya Leomar. Number 9.
Answer. Last day?
Yes, last days.
Okay.
Turning point. Yes, last day. Letter B.
Talk to
Number
ako.
10. The process of being restored from the realm of Satan's dominion to the realm of God's direct dominion. Sino makasagot? Walang choices. Chorus lang.
Restoration.
Restoration.
No.
Volunteer.
Sige.
Resurrection.
Yes, the correct answer is resurrection.
Resurrection.
Sa first phase ng resurrection, sabihin doon na come back from death and comes back to life. But at the end of the resurrection, sinasabi yung real meaning ng resurrection. Kaya ito yung the process of being restored from the realm of Satan's dominion. Resurrection through the process of restoration. Pero ang tinutukoy dito is about resurrection. Part 2, true or false. Madali lang. Write T, tapos if true, then F. False. Number 1, the purpose of any created being is determined by its creator and not the being. Maraya. Saka Maray.
Tama ka.
Number
Again.
1.
The purpose of any created being is determined by its creator. True.
Yes, true, correct. Number 2, our purpose of creation is to give joy to God.
True.
Kuya Eril. Dali naman. Bigyan natin mahirap si Kuya. Number 2, Kuya. Hindi na kailangan.
Nahihirapan daw si Kuya Errol sagutin.
It's
Hindi ata tayo narinig ni Kuya. Hindi ka na narinig. Okay, the correct answer. Madali lang to so it's true. Number 3, spiritual growth and development are automatic. Let's welcome Ate Ma'am Marlene. Spiritual growth and development are automatic. Number 3, Ma'am Marlene.
Ay, false.
Yes. False. Not automatic. Okay, number 4. When one reaches perfection, he reaches God's indirect dominion.
false.
Clifford. Kuya Clifford.
True po, kuya.
When one reaches perfection, that's just direct. False ang sagot. It's supposed to be direct dominion. The one reaches perfection. Number 5. Human portion of responsibility is to learn, believe, and practice the truth.
True.
Yes, true.
Yes.
Number 6, the corporeal world is in the position of subject to the incorporeal world. Let's welcome. Balik tayo kay Rosane. Number 6.
False.
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 Yes. False ang sagot. Kasi baliktad dapat. Incorporeal is will become the subject. Number 7, vitality elements can be received only by the spirit of a person while he is in the physical world. Okay, let's welcome Boniface. Vitality elements. Number
Yes,
7.
it's true. True po.
Yes.
Vitality
How about-
elements.
How about ano yung marireceive na
Ng spirit. So actually, vitality elements is we do good. Yeah. And life elements is from God. Coming from God.
lecture talaga? Okay. Number 8. Adam and Eve fell at the top level of the growth stage.
True.
Okay, true. Number 9. The motivation of Eve committing the physical fault is her desire to return to God. True or false?
False.
Why?
The motivation.
Sino sumagot?
False.
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 Actually, it's true.
Ay,
Why?
Her desire is to return to God, but the process is wrong. Akala niya, yung iniisip niya kasi is babalik talaga siya kay God. But hindi kasi siya nagsabi kay God na dire-diretso lang siya. So, itinimp niya si Adam, hoping na babalik siya kay God. But that's wrong.
kasi yung
So the answer is true. Number 10, God's original plan for Jesus is to die on the cross.
False.
False.
Judgment by fire means judgment by the word.
False.
It's true. Fire is not literal fire, but it's judgment by the word. It's the changes a person experiences when resurrected takes place in his physical appearance.
True.
false.
True.
False.
False.
False because it changes a person's experience.
Kasi physical appearance is natural. But
Yes.
the changes is spiritual appearance. Yep. Number 13, the ultimate purpose of God's providence and restoration is to save all humanity.
True.
True.
True. 14, God had predestined the human fall.
Predestined.
True. God had predestined the human fall.
False.
No.
False.
Yeah, true.
True.
Ang sagot is
False.
false. Number 15. Di naman predestined ni God yun.
Yes.
15. After the human fall, the fallen nature becomes undeveloped than the original nature.
True.
True.
False, kuya.
True.
Pagkatapos ng fall, anong nag-develop? Fallen nature or original nature?
Fallen nature.
Fallen nature.
So, dapat, ang sagot,
False.
False.
yeah.
Naglibog ko na question.
Okay. Next, numeration. Okay, tawag na ako dito. 3 positions of man in the cosmos. Kuya Ricky, welcome. Answer, Kuya. 3 positions.
Ang picture, guys.
Kuya?
Lang. Kindly close the...
Merkanong hilaw man.
Kuya Ricky?
Wala pong connection po.
Mahinang connection. Let's welcome
Ew.
Maray.
Po.
Sarap nga ng ulog mo lang.
Hindi ko sure.
Try lang.
Filial Son, True Son, og Divine Son.
Ang sagot is ruler,
Ruler of
mediator, or
And
center of harmony, and substantial encapsulation or microcosm. Number B, 4 fallen natures. Let's welcome wala pa pala to sila Ludovice.
Ludovice.
Ludovice, sorry naman.
Low device, it can be. It's low device actually.
Ayun, device na.
Mm-mm.
Yes, ate, number B, 4 to 7. 4 fallen natures. No?
Oh,
Ayan. No?
yes.
Okay. 4 fallen natures then. Signal.
Hello. Hello po.
Oh, yes. Okay, the answer is, yun ang signal ni ate. Failing to take God's standpoint,
Leaving one's proper position and deserving dominion, multiplying the criminal act.
Yes, reversing dominion by criminal act.
Yes.
4 kinds of sins.
Ako.
Original sins.
Original sin, hereditary sin, collective sin, and individual sin.
Okay.
Okay. Barang memorize hata eh.
3 values of perfected person. Ito.
Ala.
Magtawag ako nito.
3 value of perfect.
Let's welcome Kristen Bell. 3 values of a perfected person. Bell?
With God.
No?
Ako na lang.
Kristen Bell? No?
Hello po.
Yes, 3 values of a perfected person.
Kuya, hindi po ako sure. Pero yung sinagot ko po is yung absolute love, obedience, at saka absolute faith.
Sinong makasagot? Tama.
Divine
Pwede
value.
yan, pero I didn't
Pwede mag-answer pero wala ako.
Sige, sige na ano.
Yung isa lang talaga yung nansaran ko, divine value. Pero may cosmic value and ano nga yung isa? Nakalimutan ko na.
Okay, divine value, unique existence, tapos
unique.
Value of
value
May isa
center
pa?
Cosmos.
Apat yun
cosmic
siya.
value, parang ganun. No?
Yung answer.
Okay, J, JG pala. The 2 factors needed for the fulfillment of God's will.
Absolute. Ay, not sure ko yan.
Sino makasagot?
Opo, try.
Okay.
Foundation of faith, foundation of substance.
This is predestination, about predestination, chapter 6.
God's responsibility and human responsibility.
Yes, that's correct.
Ah.
Fulfillment of God's will, dalawa. You will.
Yeah. God's responsibility and human's responsibility.
Okay, yan yung dalawang factors. Okay. So far, wala
Pero
talaga
paano yun? Hindi ako nakapag-ano.
Next time na lang.
Sa essay.
Yeah, sa essay? Wala nakasagot sa essay. Yeah, yung iba wala. Okay. Kung may naka-perfect, bibigyan sana ng...
Saan?
Ibang exam. Buti wala. Kasi ma-prolong tayo. Anyways, thank you so much. And somehow, yes, nalaman ko yung mga natutunan nyo. How much did you learn from them? Of course, not all, because not everybody, di naman lecturer lahat eh. Good. Sige, so much for that. Let's begin with the lecture, I think. And I think she's ready. So, okay, ako na, sabihin ko na lang. The chapter 1 now is to lay the foundation for restoration. And this is the beginning of of the restoration and how it was being laid by the three families, major families. Malalaman natin dito. And kailangan ng medyo focus to. Because if you lose like ibang
Information.
yeah, ibang information, then hindi nyo na maintindihan along the way. Yan yung minsan na-board ka kasi if you will not follow the story, di mo maintindihan yung the next story. Kasi it repeats. Anyways, so let's all welcome without further ado, Ate Rina Dolendo.
Welcome.
Nakamute ka, te. Nakamute ka, te.
Okay na? Naririnig na ako?
Yes, yes, te.
Ano pa rin siya pumasok? Ano pa yan?
Hindi naka-zoom.
Ano nangyari?
Yung pag-share mo, te.
Pindot ko na iba. Ba yan? Biglang na-excite? Na-excite? Ganun. Stress. Share screen. Yan pa rin ba yan? Share. Yan, okay na?
Full screen.
Eh, ba't ganun? Ano nangyayari sa kanya? Wait ah. Ano ba yun? Ba't parang dalawa-dalawa yung... Wait lang ah.
Anong kakanta? Ano mo nag-aantay? Let's welcome. Uy, kinabahan.
Ba't ayaw na naman anak ko ng aking
I-close mo kaya, te, tapos i-open mo ulit.
Oo nga eh.
Close mo yung PowerPoint, tapos open mo ulit. So to render us a song while waiting, kinabahan lahat. Gugulat ako eh. Starts with letter... Bisan mo, tirinig na. Matawag ko sila.
Wala! Teka. bigla akong kinabahan. Ba't nagkakalat ako? Nasaan na? Wala, nawawala na. Nasaan na siya? Chapter part 2 pa yung punta.
Bel, di ba Bel?
Kuya.
Pag-prepare ka na?
Kuya, hindi po. Oh my God, kuya. Hindi po.
Sinabihan kita last time. Sige lang. Bawi na lang next time, okay? Ayan na. Buti na lang. Nag-present na.
Okay na ba? Ito na.
Okay na.
Okay. So, chapter 1 na tayo of the part 2 of the divine principle, which is the providence to lay the foundation for restoration. Pag nakikita nyo, sabi niya pa rin dito, hindi pa siya actual na restoration. Laying pa lang ng foundation for restoration. And the family who will first lay the foundation for restoration is the Adam's family. So section 1, the providence of restoration in Adam's family. So makikita nyo dito, just as we have learned during the introduction, in part 2, ang kailangan natin, we are waiting for the Messiah. So we need to, all the families na pag-uusapan natin dito, needs to lay the foundation for the Messiah. In laying the foundation for the Messiah, we should, the family should be able to lay the foundation of faith and foundation of substance para dumating yung Messiah. So, for the providence of restoration to be accomplished in Adam's family, the members of his family had to make certain conditions of indemnity to restore the foundation of faith and foundation of substance. On these two foundations, the foundation for the Messiah was to have been established and the Messiah could have come to Adam's family. So, paano ba linay ng Adam's family yung foundation for the Messiah? Para dumating yung Messiah sa family nila. So, ang ibig sabihin, God, immediately after the mistake, the fall of Adam and Eve, or the mistake of Adam and Eve, wanted to restore them immediately. Bakit kaya gusto ni God na restore kaagad sila? Kasi sila pa lang yung tao, di ba? Madali pa lang, di ba? Konti pa lang yung pinag-uusapan. So kaya kaagad-agad nag-work si God para ma-restore niya yung Adam's family. So paano ginawa ni God? To restore through indemnity the foundation of faith. So alam natin na kailangan ng foundation of faith. Yun yung unang naririnig ako. So, fallen people must set up an object of constituting for God's word. Ibig sabihin, the foundation of faith, di ba? Kailangan ng object of condition and central figure. So ano ba kaya yung object of condition and sino yung central figure in Adam's family? For Adam's family, this object was a sacrificial offering. So sacrificial offering, yung object of condition is something or is an object or an entity that is from the created created entity ng creation na magsa-substitute for God's word. Di ba? Alam natin kasi ang nawala ni Adam and Eve, what Adam and Eve have lost when they did not follow God's word. Yun yung nawala nila. So, yun din yung kailangan ma-substitute ng object yung God's word. So, yun yung sacrificial offering. At alam natin sa story sa Bible, yung sacrificial offering is burnt offering. Ibig sabihin, yung pagsusunog ng mga objects, ng mga symbol for symbol, di ba ang mga tao image ni God, yung mga other creations are symbol representing God. So symbol na nagre-represent sa yun yung object, kaya burnt offering siya. To restore the foundation of faith, there must also be a central figure. Yet nowhere in the biblical record do we find Adam offering the sacrifice. Instead, his sons Cain and Abel offered them. Bakit kaya? Wala tayong makikita o mababasa sa Bible na si Adam ay nag-offer ng sacrifice. So sino yung central figure? Ay sino yung yun? What was the reason for this? Si Cain and Abel yung nagbigay ng makikita natin sa as we read in the Bible, ang nag-offer ng burnt offering ay si Cain and Abel. Bakit daw ganito? Ano reason dito? God symbolically divided Adam, who embodied good and evil, by giving him two sons, Abel representing good and Cain representing evil. So, alam natin from the introduction that Adam, after the fall, Adam's was in the midway position, wherein anong ibig sabihin ng katulad ng sabi natin sa pinaliwanag sa inyo, midway position is parang sa sports deadlock. Tayo si God and Satan. At kailangan malaman, pag deadlock sa sport, ibig sabihin kailangan may manalo, di ba? So kailangan i-break yung tie. Kailangan malaman kung kaya kailangan ni God na i-divide si Adam. Isang nagre-represent ng good at isang nagre-represent ng evil. Bakit si Cain yung evil? Bakit si Abel yung nagre-represent ng bakit siya yung nagre-represent ng si Cain ang nagre-represent ng evil at si Abel? Alam naman natin, base sa kwento, di ba? Between sa creation, sino ang mas panganay? Yung angel, si Lucifer o si Adam? Pwedeng marinig yung sagot sa participants.
Si Lucifer
Sino
po.
ang panganay?
Si Angel.
Lucifer.
Si Lucifer ang panganay. So, si Cain and Abel, sino ang panganay?
Si Cain po.
Si Cain. Tapos sino yung between sino ang nagkasala una? Sino ang nagkasala una kina Lucifer and Adam? Sino yung nagtumiwalag sa sa will ni God una? Sino?
Si Lucifer.
Si Lucifer. 'Di ba? Ilan ba yung klase ng fall, 'di ba? Ilang klase ng fall?
Dalawa.
Ano po 'yon?
Dalawa po.
Ano po yung dalawa na yun, sir?
Spiritual fall at sa physical fall. Tama ba?
Sa spiritual fall, between spiritual fall and physical fall, which is sino ang mas unprincipled?
Unprincipled
Between spiritual, ano ang mas in principle? Not unprincipled, in principle. Unprincipled, sorry. Ano ang mas unprincipled? Yung physical o yung spiritual?
Physical.
Ibig sabihin ng unprincipled, ano yung mas malalang kasalanan?
Yung spiritual.
Physical.
Ano po?
Physical.
Hindi sure.
Hindi
Physical po.
Physical.
Physical yung mas masala. Okay. Ang mas malalang kasalanan, ang mas unprincipled na fall ay yung fall between Lucifer and tawag dito, and Eve.
Eve.
Bakit siya yung spiritual fall? Bakit? Kasi hindi unnatural siya, 'di ba? Okay, si Lucifer. Si Lucifer is an angel, spiritual being, and si Eve ay physical being. O ibig sabihin, anak ni God, ganon, di ba? Hindi siya principled in the sense na unnatural yung fall na yon. Naintindihan nyo? Tapos yung and besides, nung nangyari yung physical fall, ang motivation ang motivation ni Israel ni Lucifer is para maging yung self-centeredness, 'di ba? Gusto niya ring maging siya na nga yung leader sa sa spiritual world, gusto pa rin niyang maging leader sa human world, 'di ba? Ganon, yun yung gusto niya. So, self-centeredness yung kanyang or excessive self-centeredness yung gusto niya, di ba? Whereas nung nagkaroon ng physical fall that was initiated by Eve and Adam through by seducing Adam, ang gusto kasi ni Eve based dun sa at sa test nyo, di ba? Ang gusto niya, 'di ba, is to makabalik kay God. So, 'yun yung motivation niya. Yung sabi nga, yung motivation is good, but the process is, sabi nga ni Sir Hirwin, the process is tawag doon, is unacceptable, 'di ba? May term siya pero hindi ko unacceptable yung hindi pwedeng accepted yung kanyang tawag dito, yung proseso niya, mali siya. Kasi kailangan niyang i-report, 'di ba? Sabihin niya kay God, 'yun yung gagawin natin, i-report dapat natin. Kung ano man na something na sa tingin natin may mali, dapat magre-report tayo sa central figure natin. At sa panahon na 'yon, ang central figure or yung dapat kay tumatayo dito sa panahon natin, tumatayo na central figure natin or magulang natin sa center ay yung central leader, di ba? Or your able. But then at that time nandun naman talaga si God. So madali nakakausap nila si God, kaya kailangan niyang mag-report. Hindi naman madali namang mag-report kasi nakakausap talaga nila. So, it's just a matter of reporting. So, bakit ko tinanong tong mga to? Bakit si Abel? Kasi si Cain yung panganay, di ba? Nasagot niyo na yan. Si Cain yung panganay. So, yung resulta ng spiritual fall ay parang kapareho nung correlative dun sa first na fall, di ba? Which is yung spiritual fall, which is unprincipled, di ba? And then more unprincipled, yung mas malala yung kasalanan. Whereas yung pangalawang fall based dun sa motivation ni Eve, mas principled siya or mas yung kasalanan na yon, mas mababaw or hindi ganon kasintindi nung spiritual fall. Okay, so that kaya dinivide ni God si Adam sa pamamagitan ng kanyang mga anak. Si Cain nagre-represent ng evil, hindi dahil hindi mahal ni God. Ang gusto ko lang i-point out brothers and sisters is that hindi nire-represent ni Cain yung evil dahil hindi mahal ni God si Cain. Mahal niya pareho. Lahat ng tao mahal ni God. Pero sa panahon sa situation na to, hindi mas mahal ni God si Cain, kundi kailangan lang mag-represent ng good and evil nang sa ganon mapag-separate siya. Tapos pag-separate ka muna and then kailangan mag-harmonize yung si Cain kay kay
Kay
Abel. Na ganun yung hindi nagawa ni Lucifer. Ganun yung logic nun. Abel made the offering in a manner acceptable to God. In this way, he successfully laid the foundation of faith. So sa kwento, nung nag-offer si Abel, natuwa si God nung naamoy niya yung burnt offering, natuwa si God. Yung naamoy niya yung nasusunog na offering niya, natuwa si God. So at saka yung usok yung usok nung offering ay diretso, di ba? And that signifies na God accepted the offering of Abel. So anong nangyari sa offering ni Cain? Anong nangyari? Had Cain fulfilled the indemnity condition to remove the fallen nature, God would have gladly accepted his sacrifice. So anong ibig sabihin nito? Kung finulfill niya yung indemnity condition to remove the fallen nature, God would have gladly accepted his sacrifice. So anong ibig sabihin nung fulfilled yung indemnity condition to remove the fallen nature? Ano ba yung foundation of substance kasi is removal of fallen nature, or sa application natin, we need to live according to the word. Hindi lang natin paniniwalaan siya, kundi isasabuhay natin yung word ni God, di ba? So paano ba dapat niya ma-remove yung fallen nature? Ano ba yung fallen nature? Ang first is loving as God. First is there should ano yung fallen nature na una? Ano yung unang fallen nature? Not seeing as God, Paano? Nakalimutan ko yata eh. Sinong pwedeng sumagot?
Failing to take God's standpoint.
Oh, yun yung hindi nagawa ni Lucifer. Ano pa yung pangalawa? So dapat makita niya si Abel leaving one's proper position. Pangatlo,
Reversing dominion.
reversing dominion. And then yung huli is multiplying the criminal act. Okay, ang galing. Sino kaya yung sumagot na yun? Hindi ko nakita. Okay. So, dapat si Cain kasi, yun, tinignan niya si Cain kahit na pangalawa si Abel, dapat tinignan niya siya kung paano siya binavalue ni God, di ba? Na siya yun yung pinapanigan ni God. Ibig sabihin ng pinapanigan, siya yung pinapaniwalaan niya at that time. Kasi nire-represent niya kinire-represent niya yung archangel, at si Abel, nire-represent niya si Adam bago siya nagkasala. So dapat kung paano hindi minahal minahal ni Lucifer si Adam katulad ng pagmamahal ng God, dapat baliktarin niya yon. 'Di ba sabi, reversing the fallen nature. Yun yung sa foundation of substance. Tapos dapat din yung kay Abel, nang sa ganon, syempre pag si Abel ang mag-o-offer noon, anong mangyayari? Definitely tatanggapin ni God yon, kasi nga yung unang tinanggap na niya di ba? Dahil siya ang nag-offer. Ibig sabihin kailangan makipag-harmonize si Cain kay Abel, being the one na nagre-represent kay Adam na hindi pa nagkakasala. So that yun ang ibig sabihin ng foundation of substance. Ibig sabihin removal. At saka kung dati yung multiplying of the criminal act, hindi na yung criminal act is not loving, at saka yung humiwalay kay Heavenly Father, hindi sumunod sa utos. This time dapat ang minultiply nila is evil, di ba? This time, pag nagkasundo silang magkapatid, nag-harmonize silang magkapatid, anong mangyayari? Ang minultiply nila is goodness or harmony, di ba? Pag nag-harmonize silang dalawa. So, at gagawin yun ni Cain dahil nire-represent niya si Adam, si Lucifer, na dapat na yun yung ginawa ni Lucifer nung panahon nila Adam and Eve, nung bago pa sila nagkasala. So ganun yung ibig sabihin ng foundation of substance or reversing the fallen nature or removing the fallen nature. To remove the fallen nature, a person must make an indemnity condition by taking a course which reverses the process through which the human beings initially acquired the fallen nature. Remember, nagkaroon lang ng fallen nature after the fall, di ba? Lumabas yung mga yon na naging resulta yan sa hindi pagsunod sa salita ni God, at ang sinunod nila ay yung salita ng angel. So yung nature ng angel ang na-inherit nila, hindi yung nature ni God, na that is God of goodness. The archangel fell because he did not love Adam. Rather, he envied Adam, who was receiving more love than God from God than he. This was the first primary characteristic of fallen nature, not taking God's standpoint. So yun yung sinasabi natin na na-discuss na natin yan kanina. The archangel fell, so nag-fell yung archangel because he did not respect Adam as God mediator. Mediator kasi siya ni God para yung panahon kasi na yon, yung archangel hindi pa rin siya perfect. Para ma-perfect siya, kailangan tulungan niyang ma-perfect si Adam and Eve. Nang sa ganon, pag na-perfect si Adam and Eve, na-perfect na din niya yung sarili niya. So pareho silang magkakaroon ng perfect personality katulad ni God. Yun yung sinasabi lang dito. And receive God's an archangel, for he did not respect Adam mediator and receive God's love through him. Yun. Rather, he attempted to seize Adam's position. So yun ang ginawa niya. Nilisip niya siya at inagaw yung position ni Adam as, ano ba yung position ni Adam? He is growing to become the Lord of the creation, di ba? So yun yung inagaw niya kay Adam. This was the second primary characteristic of the fallen nature, leaving one's proper position. Instead na siya ay maging siya yung susunod kay Adam as his would be Lord of the creation, kasi kasama din siya sa mga created beings ni God, di ba? Si Lucifer, mga angels. Ang ginawa niya, siya yung nag-dominate kay Adam. Kasi nag-take advantage siya yung pagiging pure in mind at pagtitiwala ni Adam sa kanya being sa pagiging panganay. Yun. Diba? Diba? Mas maraming experience si Lucifer kaysa sa kay Adam dahil panganay siya, nakasama si God. So kaya nga dahil siya yung pinakamatalino, tandaan niyo yung chapter 2, siya yung pinakamatalino among the three archangels. Siya nga yung leader, siya yung pinagkatiwalaan ni God para mag-alaga sa kanila and help them to mature themselves. Pero ginamit niya yon to nag-take advantage siya doon para makuha niya yung position ni Adam as Lord of the creation. The archangel claimed dominion over Eve and Adam, who were his rightful lords. This was the third primary characteristic of fallen nature, reversing dominion. So instead na ang Lord ay si Adam and Eve, naging si Satan, di ba? Kaya lahat tayo after the fall, we have fallen into Satan's dominion, and God the God of this world is not God anymore, but Satan, di ba? The archangel conveyed to Adam and Eve his evil will. So, kinonvey niya paano? Kasi yun yung minultiply niya eh. This was the fourth primary characteristic of the fallen nature, multiplying evil. Yung evilness ni yung evil will or yung kanyang yung kanyang motivation ay ill motivation, self-centered motivation ay minultiply niya kay Eve, then kay Adam, di ba? And then Eve to Adam, minultiply niya. So dumami ngayon yung evil, nawalan tuloy ng goodness na magiging na nasa side ni God. So imagine how painful it is for God to lose her children over his servant. Yun yun. Kung paano kaya nga si God, 'di ba? Alam naman natin na nagtry pa rin siya na kung iintindihan niyo yung kwento sa chapter 2, tinanong niya, binigyan niya ng pagkakataon si Adam and Eve to report to him and to tawag dito to to tell him or mag-confess sila kung ano nangyari para magawan pa niya ng paraan. Pero alam din naman natin na instead na mag-report sila at aminin nila, mag-repent sila, wala tayong mababasa sa Bible that Adam and Eve repented, even Lucifer. In fact, Lucifer even blamed God kasi ikaw yung mga anak mo, parang ganon. It's your it's the man and the woman. So lumabas ang nangyari, kasalanan ni God. So si God ang gumawa ng paraan para magkaroon ng restoration, di ba? Yun yung naaral natin sa part 1. To remove this characteristic of the fallen nature, first Cain, who stood in the archangel's position, should have taken God's standpoint by loving Abel, who stood in Adam's position. So nasabi na natin to kanina. Second, Cain should have received God's love through Abel, respecting him as God's mediator. Third, Cain should have obediently submitted to Cain, accepting his dominion. Ito yung sinasabi natin. Submitting to Cain at ibigay niya yung sabihin niya kay Abel na i-offer niya yung sacrifice niya. Last, Cain should have learned God's will from Abel, multiplying God goodness. Ang pinapaliwanag ko lang dito, brothers and sisters, hindi lang naman si Cain yung nagkamali dito. Dapat din kasi nakipag-cooperate din siya kay Cain, si Abel kay Cain para naging humble pa rin siya para magawa. Parang pwede naman kasing sabihin din ni Abel kay Cain, "Kuya, ako na lang mag-offer." 'Di ba? Ganun 'yon. Kasi hindi sila hindi sila nag-cooperate and then they did not harmonize. Pwede naman kasing gawin yon. Di ba pwede naman ganun. Sino yung mas mahal ng magulang natin? Minsan, mas mahal talaga nila yung bunso kasi alam nila bunso yan. Ngayon, kung makikita mo yung level of maturity ng bunso pag sinabing, "Kuya, sabihin ko kay nanay na wala ka ding damit na bago, kailangan ibili ka din niya." Siyempre, bibili siya, di ba? Parang ganon. So, ganon yun. Pwede kasing ganon yun eh. So, yun yung reversing the fallen nature. However, Cain killed Abel. In murdering Abel, Cain repeated the sin of the archangel. That is, he reenacted the very process which had given rise to the primary characteristic of fallen nature. So dumami yung fallen nature. Adam's family thus failed to lay the foundation of substance. So ano yung magiging effect nung naging successful yung foundation of faith, pero kapag pero hindi yung foundation of substance. So anong effect niya? When Abel made his sacrifice in a manner acceptable to God, he fulfilled the indemnity condition to restore the foundation of faith and firmly secured his position as the central figure of the substantial offering. However, when Cain murdered Abel, they failed to make substantial offering. Nakita nyo yon? Ang ano dito, dalawa sila. Hindi si Cain lang, di ba? They failed. So silang dalawa. Hence, neither the foundation of substance nor the foundation of the Messiah could be established. Kung ano man hindi na nagawa dyan, foundation of substance o foundation of faith, kung may isang naging successful, hindi pa rin pwede. Kailangan silang dalawa silang dalawa yung maging successful. Foundation of faith and some foundation of substance. So last, God's providence of restoration in Adam's family came to a note. So hindi po pwede rin makarating yung Messiah sa panahon. Hindi magkaroon ng foundation for the Messiah. And that's the reason why na hindi naging failure ang Adam's family through Cain and Abel in establishing the providence of restoration. So based on the foundation of faith which was successfully made by Abel, magkakaroon ng darating yung Noah's family, and that would be discussed by Sir Herwin. Sir Herwin ba? Sir Herwin.
Yes, te. Welcome ako, te.
So let's
Tayo lang dito.
So let's welcome Sir Herwin Kalinawan for the restoration of Noah, providence of restoration in Noah's family.
Yes, thank you very much. Also, brothers and sisters. Okay. Tapos natapos tayo kay Adam. Gawa na tayo. Share ko muna.
Nawala ako.
Nakikita ba?
Wait lang po, nawala.
Okay. Okay. So that was the providence of Adam's family, providence of restoration in Adam's family, and clearly explained and briefly explained by Ate Relina. Thank you so much. And yun, the foundation for the Messiah was not established. The reason why is because Cain killed Abel. So thereby preventing Adam's family to accomplish the providence of restoration. So therefore, ang nangyari is the history was prolonged and dumating si Noah. After 10 generation, yes, since Cain killed Abel, and then since wala nang si God, wala na siyang walang central figure na kung saan, or walang person na kung saan doon siya magko-cooperate. Seth was born when Adam was 130 years. Then Yeah, isang daan 30 taon na si Adam. So Seth was born in order for God to start a new dispensation centering upon Seth's descendants. Kasi hindi pwede kay Cain. Cain is on the side of Satan. So from Seth, kailangan mag-count ng 10th generation and then dun mag-i-start yung dispensation. Dun mag-i-start yung providence, another providence of restoration. So why is it 10? It's because 10 symbolizes perfection or unity, kung saan that generation will going, God can dwell. Without, hindi pwedeng 9, kasi pag 9, hindi pa yun siya perfection. Hindi pwedeng sa generation na yan, hindi pwedeng mag-intervene si God or mag-operate si God. It has to be on a 10th generation. And that 10th generation is Noah's family. So, dun, under Noah's family, the restoration, the foundation for the Messiah will start again. It has been prolonged, but it will start again. So, God has predestined absolutely the fulfillment of the purpose of creation, and His will remains unchangeable. So even though nag-fail yung Adam's family, let's always remember from chapter 1, part 1 of the divine principle, chapter 6, predestination, that God will absolutely fulfill His purpose. This is unchangeable. So no matter what, God will going to fulfill the purpose of creation. So God will never give up. And God, upon the foundation of the loyal heart which Abel demonstrated toward heaven, chose Seth in his place. From among Seth's descendants, God chose Noah's family and commenced a new chapter in its providence. Noah's family was responsible to fulfill the indemnity condition to restore the foundation of faith, and then the indemnity condition to restore the foundation of substance. They were to restore through indemnity the foundation for the Messiah, which Adam had failed to lay. So Noah's family will be the responsible family to pay the indemnity condition na hindi nagawa ng Adam's family. And let us study on how they pay the indemnity condition, on how they laid the foundation of faith and foundation of substance in order to prepare for the foundation for the Messiah. Pag-aralan natin. So let's see. Noah was in the providence of restoration in Noah's family. Noah was the central figure to restore the foundation of faith. So ang central, so since napag-aralan natin sa principle of restoration, yung introduction to restoration, yung principle of restoration through indemnity, na through indemnity, laying the indemnity condition, kailangan ng may foundation of faith and foundation of substance para makapag-lay ng foundation for the Messiah. So una, foundation of faith. In Noah's family, ang central figure is Noah. Bakit si Noah? Because sabi ko nga, 10 generations. So si Noah ang pang 10th generation. 1,600 years in the biblical years from Adam. And second, si Noah, doon nag-i-start yung dispensation. Doon sinabi ulit ni God, yung sinabi niya sa Genesis 1:28 kay Adam, sinabi din ni God, sinabi ni God na go to multiply, have dominion, be fruitful, multiply, and have dominion over the creation. Sinabi ni God din kay Adam. Then sinabi din ni God kay Noah after 10th generation. Kaya sinasabi ditong naging second ancestor of humanity si Noah. Mababasa mo niyo yan sa Genesis chapter 9 verse 7. So Sinasabi doon, binibigay ni God again.
Gila nang gikon ko anak ang kuan to. Baby Aaron. Sa'yo pag spelling A yura na Aaron. Gila kay sila post na nilang mga ito yo.
Medyo maingay. So sinabi ni God again sa time ni Noah. Be fruitful, multiply, and have dominion over creation. Pangatlo, si Noah have this absolute obedience that for 120 years he followed God. Na by building the ark for 120 years, that is the example of absolute obedience. Si Noah lang ang may ganung faith towards God. And then also because of Abel's loyal and faithful heart, inherit din ni Noah ito. Then in front of God, ang righteous person is si Noah din. Kaya bottom line, si Noah became the central figure sa time na yon in his generation. Noah became the central figure. Meron tayong central figure. Pangalawa, condition. It is the ark. So the ark, anong nag-symbolize yung ark, new cosmos. So since sinabi ko na ang Noah's family is new dispensation, ang ark, nag-symbolize siya ng cosmos. Parang uulitin mo yung nangyayari kay Adam and Eve that time. Na itong ark, ito yung mundo. I mean the creation. How God created the universe. So i-restore through this ark, i-restore ni Noah yung creation. Sa loob ng creation, there's what we call, di ba, merong God, merong humanity, merong natural world, meron ding yung mga animals. So sa loob ng ark, ito yung condition ni Noah, ginawa niya yung ark para a symbolic offering towards God. Pero ang simbolo nito is universe. Si Noah as God, then nire-restore din ni Noah sa loob ng ark na to is 8 members. Yung 8 members ni Adam, ganun din, may 8 members din si Noah sa loob ng ark. Ang Noah's family symbolizes humanity. Ang mga animals doon sa ark symbolize entire natural world. So parang maliit, new cosmos siya. So parang nire-restore talaga ni Noah kung ano yung nawala sa time nila Adam and Eve. And then the object for the condition by which Noah was to restore the foundation of faith was the ark. So ang ark yung object of the condition. It was the indemnity condition for the restoration of the cosmos, which has been lost to Satan due to Adam's fall and signified the new cosmos. After the ark was completed, God judged the world with a flood for 40 days. Its purpose was to eliminate sinful humanity in order to raise up a family who would relate only with Him. So yung foundation of faith, central figure is Noah. Ang object for the condition is ark. And masasabi natin that Noah really established the foundation of faith dahil sa ginawa niya. But from building the ark until the end of the flood judgment, na-accomplish lahat ng sinabi. You can read in the Bible, na-accomplish lahat ng sinabi ni God, na-accomplish ni Noah. So that's how the foundation of faith has been laid. Just through the ark. Sa pamamagitan lang ng ark, nag-symbolize siya ng cosmos. Then na-accomplish ni Noah, and that is the foundation of faith. Itong flood judgment for 40 days, it was a separation from Satan. Bakit 40 days? Kasi 10 generation, di ba? From Seth to Noah. And then every family may purpose foundation. So kailangan i-restore yun. So sa purpose foundation, every family times 10 generation is equal to 40. So kailangan 40 days as a restoration number sa generations na yun from from Seth to Noah. So that is why 40 days. So na-accomplish lahat yan. There's no question about that. Everything that happens in laying the foundation of faith and centering upon Noah has been accomplished. Through the 40-day judgment, Noah's family offered the ark in the manner acceptable to God and restored through indemnity the foundation of faith. So through the ark and through yung mga ginawa ni Noah, mga condition na ginawa niya, it's building the ark and this symbolize the symbol, the new cosmos, as the ark as a new cosmos, nakalay na ng foundation si Noah. Foundation of faith. So since nakapag-lay na ng foundation of faith, ang kulang na lang is foundation of substance in order to lay the foundation for the Messiah. Ngayon, ano yung foundation of substance? So, ito yung foundation of substance na mangyayari. Dapat na mangyayari. Ito. Noah's son, Shem and Ham. So after like 500 years old si Noah, isinilang si Shem, Ham, and Japheth were to have stood in the position of Cain and Abel, respectively. So ang position ni Shem and Ham is Cain and Abel. Had they then succeeded in the substantial offering by fulfilling the indemnity condition to remove the fallen nature, they would have laid the foundation of substance. For Noah's family to make an acceptable substantial offering, Ham, Noah's second son, the central figure of the substantial offering was to restore the position of Abel. Now, so yung foundation of substance is between Ham and Shem. Ang nangyayari is they fulfilled it. Nangyayari yung foundation of substance between Ham and Shem. They unite with each other. Diba si Cain and Abel sa time ni Adam and Eve? Si Cain and Abel, hindi sila nag-unite. But sa time ni Noah, Ham represents Abel and Shem represents Cain. They unite each other. They have this indemnity condition to remove the fallen nature. Shem bowed down to Ham. At that, the foundation of faith has been laid. And then after nyan, ang mangyayari, since si Ham yung nasa position, if you move forward, in case of Noah's family, it was Noah, not Ham, who made the symbolic offering. Therefore, for Ham to stand in the position of Abel, as one who had succeeded in making the symbolic offering, he had to become inseparably one in heart with his father. Now, sinabi ko kanina, ang nag-offer ng symbolic offering, foundation of faith, is Noah. Ngayon, kulang ng foundation of substance. Ang nag-represent sa foundation of substance is si Ham, kasi siya yung Abel. Tapos, ang mangyayari nyon, ang foundation of substance is i-offer niya kay Noah. So pag nag-offer siya kay Noah, dapat one in heart siya kay Noah. Yun dapat ang mangyayari. Si Ham, nagdala ng foundation of substance, naka-fulfill ng foundation of substance. Si Noah, naka-fulfill ng foundation of faith. I-plus lang yan sila, i-plus ba? Para magkaroon ng foundation of Messiah, di ba? So, kailangan mag-one in heart si Noah at si Ham. Yun ang dapat na mangyayari. Pero, anong nangyari? It was never happened. Meron na sanang foundation of substance, meron na sanang foundation of faith. Ang kailangan lang is i-offer. So, kailangan one in heart si Noah at si Ham. Tingnan natin kung anong nangyari. The providence to achieve Ham's artistic oneness with Noah. So, ano ba yung naging connection ni Ham at si Noah? Alam na natin to but let me clarify again. Let us examine how God worked to help Ham. Ham pala yung sinabi ko. Pagkain. Help Ham become one in heart with Noah. So in Genesis chapter 9, verse 20 to 25, reports that when Ham saw his father laying naked in his tent, he felt ashamed of Noah and stirred up the same feelings in his brother, Shem and Japheth. So anong nangyari sa story is Ham felt ashamed nung nakita niya si Noah na hubad-hubad. Si Noah kasi after ng ark, after ng flood judgment, tapos nagsaya na sila sa land. Eh, ang hanap buhay niya that time is yung grapes. Tapos, lasing siguro kakain ng grapes. Tapos, hubad-hubad. Nahiya si Ham. He felt ashamed, and that's how Satan entered in Noah's family. Nahiya siya sa papa niya. Ang tanong, kasalanan ba ang mahiya kung hubad-hubad ka? Anybody can answer? Kasalanan ba ang mahiya? Hindi.
Nahiya ba kuya o ikinahiya?
Or sabihin na lang natin, ikinahiya. Kasalanan ba ang maging mahiya? Ganon.
Ikinahiya niya si Noah. Ikinahiya niya si Noah.
Hindi.
Hindi. O hindi. So, pag-aralan natin yan. Tingnan natin. Anong sagot? When Ham felt ashamed of his father's nakedness, an act that resembled Adam and Eve's, covering the lower parts and hiding, he made a condition for Satan to enter. Hence, his feeling and act constituted sin. So, his feeling and act constituted a sin. Consequently, Ham could not restore to indemnity the position of Abel from which to make a substantial offering. Since Ham thus failed to establish the foundation of substance, the providence of restoration in Noah's family ended in failure. So because of Ham's felt ashamed of his father's nakedness, tapos kinabiran niya yung lower parts or yung papa niya, like hiding, he made a condition for Satan to enter. Why? Kasi kung babalikan natin yung kay time ni Adam and Eve, kasi ang purpose dito is restoration, indemnity condition. So kung ano nangyari kay Adam and Eve sa family nila, gagawin din sa time ni Noah. But kailangan i-indemnify, kailangan i-overcome. So ang nangyari dito, sa time nila Adam and Eve, after na perfect yung creation, anong huling ginawa ni God? Si Adam and Eve, right? Tapos nagkasala sila, pagkasala nila, nahiya sila. So sa time ni Noah, after na complete ni Noah yung ark, symbolizes creation. Ulitin natin yun, ginawa ni God yung creation. So sa time ni Noah, after ginawa ni Noah yung ark, kagustuhan talaga ni God, or condition talaga ni God, na hubad-hubad talaga dapat si Noah. Kasi, ang condition nun, kailangan hindi mahiya si Ham sa tatay niya. Para i-restore yung nangyayari doon kay Adam and Eve na nahiya sila sa lower parts nila. So, ganun din ang gagawin dito. Pero, ang purpose kasi nito is kailangan mag-unite. Ang purpose nito is kailangan mag-unite si Noah at si Ham, di ba? Yes, kailangan mag-unite silang dalawa. Ngayon, kailangan ding hindi mahiya si Ham sa tatay niyang hubad-hubad para ma-restore niya ang nangyari kay Adam and Eve na hubad-hubad. Ganun lang kasimple yun. Pero nahiya siya, kaya nagiging sin. Ang tanong ko, kasalanan ba na ang feeling na maging mahiya kung hubad-hubad ka? So, anong sagot nyo? Yes or no? Kasalanan ba? Kunyari, hubad-hubad ka, lalakad ka sa kalsada, mahiya ka, tapos mahiya ka sa sarili mo kasi hubad-hubad ka nga. Kasalanan nyo, hindi. O sabihin na lang natin, yung papa mo, hubad-hubad sa sa kalsada. Mahiya ka, hindi.
Mahihiya.
Mahiya. Kasalanan ba yun? Hindi.
Hindi kasalanan, pero nakakahiya.
Nahihiya. Oh.
Okay. The real answer is in the divine principle. Kung meron kayong black book, page 205. Sana meron kayong black book.
205.
Yes, 205. Patapos na tayo. So, haba pa ng oras.
Wala, black book kayo.
Black book, 205. Okay, sinabi dito, basahin ko na lang. Is it always sinful to regard nakedness with a sense of shame? The answer is no. Hindi siya kasalanan. But in Noah's time, in Noah's family, it was a special case. Kasi nga, i-restore niya yung nangyari kay Adam and Eve. Kasi nung tinakpan nila Adam and Eve, yung part, yung ano nila, yung body nila, hindi yun kasalanan. Ang kasalanan dun, ginamit nila yung sexual parts. Wala sa time, tamang time. Hindi kasalanan automatically, kahit now, automatically, paglalakad ka dyan, mahihiya ka talaga. Tatakpan mo talaga yung lower parts mo. Just frankly speaking. Sinabi sa divine principle, it is not a sin. But in the time of Noah's family, it became sa time lang nila, sa Noah's family lang talaga, case lang ni Noah's family, it was a sin because they are restoring in Adam's family. So now, it is not a sin. So, continue. Consequently, Ham could not restore indemnity the position of Abel. So Ham could not restore to indemnity the position of Abel, from which to make the substantial offering. So since ang nangyari noon is dapat mag-unite si Noah at si Ham para may offer ni Ham yung foundation of substance kay Noah. Mag-unite silang dalawa, magkaroon ng foundation for the Messiah. Pero hindi nangyari. Kasi nga, hindi na na-overcome ni Ham yung ashamed. So hindi nag-unite. Ibig sabihin, okay, since Ham thus failed to establish the foundation of substance, the providence of restoration in Noah's family indeed its failure. Meron na sana nag-unite na sana si Cain and si Ham and Shem. Ang nangyayari, hindi nakipag-unite si Ham kay Noah. So ang mangyayari, bagsak pa rin. Failed pa rin yung substance. Foundation of substance was failed. So, Noah's family, failure. And now, another generations, 10 generations na mangyayari para mali yung foundation for the Messiah. Kasi in Noah's family, the foundation for the Messiah was not being established, was not established. Pero yung section 3, yung providence of restoration in Abraham's family, next meeting na yun. So let's understand the foundation of faith na established ni Noah through the ark. Basta pinalo lang yun ni Noah, yung lahat inutos ni God. Finish, foundation of faith. Foundation of substance, it was Ham's problem. He was not able to unite with Noah. Meron na sana, sabi ko nga, Ham and Shem. Nag-unite na silang dalawa. Kailangan lang nila i-offer. Problem is, hindi nila na-offer, ay hindi sila nag-unite kay Noah, so failed. So that is the end of this Noah's family. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you po.
Providence. Tingnan kasi. Have you learned something? Pinaturan ba kayo? Dalawang family na yun. We have, kasi kapag i-discuss natin yung Abraham's family, mas mahaba kayo siya eh. Actually, kung tutuusin, kaya yung pinakamahaba sa family na yun. Kasi maraming prolongation. Anyways, yeah, we've learned from Adam's family and Noah's family. that was a failure. And then, just let me know what is your. Do you have any question? Sana hindi mahirap kasi wala si sir. Di ba sir? May taga-save.
Kuya.
Yes.
Kuya.
Ayan na.
Okay. No,
May time pa tayo.
kuya.
Yes.
Pwede ma-repeat mo ang sorry kuya. Pwede ma-repeat nimo ang katong 40 days bitaw.
40 days?
Oo.
Yung meaning niya?
Yes.
40 days, di ba 10 generations? 10 generations from Seth to Noah's family. Kailangan i-restore yun ni Noah. Tapos every family, four position foundation.
Okay. 4 position foundation. Okay.
Apat.
Every family.
Yun lang i-restore dapat. Yan.
4 position.
Kasi yung from 1 to 9 generation or hindi pa makapag-ano si God ba? Kasi hindi nga perfection yung 10 kasi. Kaya ang pang 10, siya yung magre-restore sa the rest na generation. Basta yun ang 40.
Okay. Thank you.
So,
Meron later on, meron tayong mas detailed yan sa later part ng chapter 2 about yung mga providential numbers.
Oh yeah. The providential numbers will be explained more in the next chapters. Anong mga meaning nun? Yes, walang question? Reflection na tayo. Okay, walang question. Thank you very much kasi nabahan ako eh. Okay, reflection. You can ask along with the reflection of today. So let's welcome, ano na lang kaya tayo para mas enjoy? Wheel of Fortune. Tagal na eh. Kuhay ko na kayo lahat. Okay, let's welcome. Ano number 10? Magkano ka ng number 10? Bilangin ko dito. Terelina. Number. Bigyan ng number. Nakamute ka te.
Number 7.
7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Kuya Eril. Number 7. Let's welcome Kuya Eril.
Wait. Hindi ko nasadya yun
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah. Sino tinawag?
Ikaw kuya.
Ikaw po.
Patay. Sorry, umulan kasi ng malakas kaya hindi ko naintindihan. Maingay yung yero. Pero naririnig niyo ako?
Yes, kuya.
Yes.
Narinig niyo ako? So sorry kung medyo pawala-wala ko kasi meron kasing mga dumadating. Nasa Digos kasi ako. So anong gagawin ko?
Reflection ko.
Reflection?
About sa Adam and Noah's family. About Adam and Noah's family.
Mag-reflection ako. Ingay kasi hindi masyadong marinig.
Narinig man kuya namin. Clear sa amin kuya, clear. Wala na si okay. Wala si let's choose iba. Okay, let's welcome
Clifford.
Okay, good evening everyone. Sorry, hindi tayo makapag-interact kasi hindi ko talaga marinig dahil sobrang ingay ng yero. Sobrang lakas kasi ng ulan. Anyway, let's go back to the topic, reflection. So from Noah's family to, from Adam's family to Noah's family, yun lang ata yung natakil natin today. So it was very clear for me, the discussion and the explanation. May mga certain points na hindi naman natin yung pag lang dahil we are shortage sa time natin. Hindi ingay talaga. So,
yes.
Napakaliwanag na God never abandoned from Adam's family, and yet Adam's family at the time, right after the fall, is stand in the midway position. Therefore, by himself, he cannot directly conduct the offering to qualify him as a sinful person. Yet Adam is the sinful person, but God need to divide Adam because God cannot work directly to Adam because Satan also intervened in the body of Adam. So therefore, what God needs to do is to divide Adam by giving the two sons, right? Yun, napakaliwanag yung paliwanag ni Ate Relina na kailangan niyang hatiin because Adam, we cannot serve two masters. Nakasulat naman yan sa Bible. Satan talaga tong ulan na to. So, yung mga points doon na kinakailangan lang natin na dapat nating i-inculcate talaga sa utak natin at dapat nating kalimutan is yung na-inherit at saka yung nakuha ni Adam at saka ni Eve. Especially yung pag-overcome sa yung shyness, no? Yung hiya. Kasi right after the fall, at the time, hindi naman sila nahiya na nakahubot-hubad sila. Everything is natural for them. Kahit nakitang-kita yan ni Adam ang itsura kay Eve at kay Eve itsura na kay Adam, wala silang pakialam because they are very pure at the time. Na impure lang ang pag-iisip nila because of the action that na ipag-give antek sila through Lucifer. So, yun nga, right after na divide, binigyan siya ng dalawang anak, si Cain at saka si Abel. So ano po yung points doon? Kasi bago ka maging sinful person, merong tinatawag na kinakailangan. Numbers also is paulit-ulit dito sa mga sinful family. One thing that we have to remember is God is a God of number. Kahit anong formula gamitin nyo sa mathematics, whether you use it algebra, calculus, kahit integral pala, ang pattern ni God is very absolute. Sabi ng mga historian, history repeat itself. So makita natin kung binago ba talaga ni God ang kanyang formula up until now. Anyway, sa mga next chapter siguro natin, for sure, ipapaliwanag niya ni Ate Relina at saka ni Herwin kung ano nga talaga yung pinaka-formula ni God in order for God to send the Messiah. So make the story short, in order for God to send the Messiah, the sinful person needs to lay a foundation of faith and the foundation of substance. So para mangyari yan, kailangan merong sinful person, merong offering, at saka merong time table, merong time na dapat. So lagi natin tandaan yung central person at saka yung offering, yung condition at saka yung time, because God also work through time, because God is a God of order, God of law. So yun nga, sabi nga ni Herwin, ni Ate Relina, hindi nag-succeed ang offering sa Adam's family. It's because Cain failed to unite Abel. So, may mga certain points dyan na siguro kung i-practice natin into reality, kung i-apply natin into reality, yung nangyayari, yung certain ang pangyayari talaga, actual, it's quite obvious if we are analytic enough. So, dito sa restoration, kinakailangan natin maging analytic, maging wise upon observing what really gonna happen during the time. So, nakasulat lang kasi sa Biblia, ipinatay ni Cain si Abel kasi hindi tinanggap ang kanyang offering. But, pinaliwanag ni Terlina na hindi naman ibig sabihin na porket hindi tinanggap ang kanyang offering ay hindi na siya mahal ni God. No. Merong formula doon nga para malay at that time ang condition of substance, Cain submit himself to Abel. So si Abel ba wala bang failure si Abel? Siguro, practically speaking, sa formula, sa order, wala naman talaga kasi naging successful man ang kanyang offering. Pero ano kaya ang nagiging attitude ni Abel towards Cain right after God accepted his offering? So yun ang dapat nating intindihin. No, ano ba ang proper attitude dapat ni Abel right after God accepted his offering? Anong dapat niyang ginawa? Nag-exert ba siya ng certain effort or help para i-reach out niya ang kanyang kuya kung paano niya ginawa ang kanyang offering? O kuya Cain, ganito yun. So tinanggap ang sa akin, ang ginawa ko ganito lang. Pero I don't know, we do not let us not go further kung sa detail, but it's depend upon us. If we, as I said, if we are analytic enough, we will know. So, ganun pa man, yun nga, pinatay ni Cain. Kaya nga, Adam's family failed to lay the foundation of faith and the foundation of substance, reason why God cannot send the Messiah or the Savior during the family of Adam. He counted another time being used. 10 generation goes and 1,600 years before pa bago ipinanganak si Noah, coming from the family of Seth. So, Herwin, he really emphasized na talagang hindi man pwedeng hanapin ni God ang kanyang lineage doon sa family ni Ham because ni Cain, because Cain stands in a position of Satan. So doon, from the family of Seth, sa pangatlong anak ni Adam at ni Eve, si Seth, 10 generation ang binilang ni God at nag-antay siya ng 1,600 years bago pinanganak ang batang si Noah. So si Noah ang tinawag na naman to stand as a central person. Si Noah ang central person, ang offering, sinasabi ni Herwin is the ark. Well, ano ang simbolo ng ark? Ark symbolize the new world. New world means bago na sana ang mundo during the time. We free from sin at that time, supposedly. Pero along the way, what happened? Bakit nga nag-failure pa rin? So, Herwin clearly investigate na merong failure doon sa tinatawag nating yung shyness, no? Nag-victory party na dapat si Noah. Imaginein mo for how many years niya na-build ang ark. Tapos wala na siyang ibang ginawa. Just imagine if you are the wife of Noah, parang hindi na siguro normal yon na wala na ibang ginawa ang iyong asawa kundi pumunta doon sa bundok. At saka very impossible po, hindi realistic ang ginagawa ni Noah. Because originally, practically speaking, kung gumagawa ka ng bangka, dapat ang bangka para sa dagat. Kaya gawin mo man ang bangka, dapat sa tabing dagat. But the instruction coming from God, you have to build an ark on the top of the mountain. Yun ang pinaka-challenge doon. Build an ark on the top of the mountain? Sinong normal na tao na gumawa nun? Do you think the people around Noah, normal kaya ang tingin ng mga tao sa kanya? Anong klaseng tao yan kung gayon gagawin ang bangka doon sa or yung barko doon pa sa tuktok ng bundok. Right after matapos mo gawin yung barko, hihilain mo papuntang dagat para para magamit mo. Nobody believe. In fact, people around the family of Noah keep on accusing that Noah is a crazy man. So kung yan ang tukso ng mga tao at the time, at ikaw ang asawa ni Noah, is it easy? How you gonna feel? Is it easy to work with your husband? Hindi ka kaya magduda? Sa panahon natin ngayon, siguro matagal nang hiniwalayan yan. Maraming trying hard na nagiging central person ngayon. Maraming dumating ngayon na sinasabi nila ngayon sa Biblia is false prophet. Or yun ang tunay na mga blasphemer. Alam niyo yung blasphemer? Blasphemy. Yun yung kaso ni Jesus Christ kung bakit siya pinako. Blasphemy, pretend to be the Son of the Lord. Yun ang sinasabi niya, blasphemy. Yun ang si Jesus Christ, bakit siya na-crucified? There's no probable cause. Ang issue there is blasphemy. So anyway, kung kita, Bisaya, kung isa siguro tayo sa member sa family ni Noah, it's not easy. Imaginin mo, araw-araw tayo pumunta ng school at kung makilala nila ang ating magulang, ang ating ama ay walang ibang ginawa para gawing ideal ang family nyo or pag mag-lay ng economic foundation for your family, pagkos ang ginawa niya ay umakyat ng bundok at gumawa ng barko. At the physical challenge there is ano kaya ang mga materialis na ginagawa ni Noah. So at the time, hindi kagaya ng materialis natin ngayon. So ano ang point of stating this? So ang point ko, the point that I'm trying to make, kasi people around us, especially Christians, are creating an illusion that everything is providential purpose. During the time of Noah, they just simply creating an illusion that everything is just God's will. Everything is okay. But actually, it's not. That's the most difficult challenge throughout the human history. So, at that time, indeed, Noah became successful in building an ark at yung mga prediction at na sinasabi ni Noah doon na mangyayari sa mga panahong yon ay nangyayari nga. So, nung nangyayari yon, in fact, wala talagang ibang taong nakasakay except sa member or sa family ni Noah. So, tatlong anak ni Noah, gamit na naman tayo ng tatlo. So, siyempre, hindi ka makapasok sa ark kapag wala kang partner. 3 plus 3 equals 6 plus si Noah at sa kanyang asawa. So, therefore, there are 8 people. There are 8 people at that time na nakasakay sa arka ni Noah. At ang mga hayop na hindi din pinayagan ni Noah na makasakay kapag walang kapares kahit yung mga halaman. So, may connection po ito kasi ang nire-restore dito talaga is not just spiritual but also the external. So, ngayon, at the time, after nga ng baha, pinaliwanag na ni Herwin ang significance ng 40 days flood at saka yung number 3, yung 3, no? Alam naman natin ang 4 is for position foundation. Ang number 3 at saka yung number 8 which is 8 members of the family at saka 2 which is yung pares at saka yung ubas for how many months bago magbunga hanggang sa harvest. Yun po yung ubas, yun po yung alak yung ginawa ni Noah. Kasi at that time, wipe out talaga ang mundo. Wipe out at wala talagang halaman na natitira. So, si Noah nananim ng ubas, siguro alam naman natin 4 months pa bago ma-harvest ang grapes. Therefore, dumugtong. Guys, wag nating i-count into the calendar that we use today because Julius Caesar was able to discover the Julian calendar 16th century. In fact, hindi pa nga perfecto yan. Nag-petition pa nga si Pope Gregorio VIII. That's why we use before Gregorian calendar Until nga, gamit na tayo ng solar calendar. If we have some questions siguro at the time, kanang yung mga figure na nakasulat, ng biblical number, let us not be specific too much, otherwise we will be confused. So yun po yun ay for the record only, na nakasulat talaga yan sa Biblia. There was passage that stated there na ganon ang number na sinulat. So ngayon, after that, si Noah nga, nag-harvest na sa kanyang grapes, and then ginawa niyang alak, nag-victory party. Siyempre, kapag nalasing ang tao, medyo init ang katawan, hanggang sa nainitan si Noah, at wala namang ibang tao doon, suddenly, hinubad na lang ni Noah ang kanyang damit at natulog. Pero sa kasawiang palad, si Ham, who stand in a position as a second child, position of God, siya pa ngayon ang nagtukso doon sa kanyang mga kapatid na tungnan niyo yung papa natin. Yung merong term din sa Biblia, yung sa Tagalog, ano yan? Ulyanina, forgetful. Kasi sobrang tanda ni Noah at the time. So imagine mo, 120 years ang pagbuild ng ark. So to make the story short, matanda na talaga. Ulyanin na yung ama natin. So tingnan nyo, anong ginagawa? Naka all the way.
What na?
So, now, ano ang kwento doon? The feelings of Ham right after seeing the reflection of his father. Nagkaroon ng tinatawag na malice, yung malisya. Kaya yung mga malisyosa dyan, bawas-bawasan na natin yun. So nagkaroon ng malisya. In fact, wala namang ibang tao doon. Bakit magkaroon ng malisya? Kung tutuusin mo, dapat mo pang kaawaan. That is the natural reaction of a son. Kawawa naman tong papa ko. Sa sobra sigurong pagod nito, araw-araw walang ibang ginawa kundi magtrabaho. Ngayon lang to uminom. Kasi nag-celebrate nga. Ngayon lang to. And yet, dahil sa kasalingan niya, baka nawala na to sa kanyang sarili, dapat wholeheartedly, siya na mismo ang kumuha ng kumot at tinakpan niya kung ayaw niya makitang nakahubad. But unfortunately, pumunta pa siya doon sa mga kapatid niya. Yet, tinakpan nila. But look, what is the reaction? They covered it. Why? How? Tinakpan nila nakatalikod. Are they sincere enough? That's the question. Are they sincere enough to cover up the naked body of their father? My answer is no. Because the actions clearly reflect that they have malice. The motivation is not pure. Don't you see? Right after nakaramdam si Noah ng cover, he immediately stood up and scolded. Sino? Ini-scold niya una? Si Ham. That your generation will suffer more. Pardon?
Horseshoe Canaan.
Sige, mamaya tayo pag tila ng ulan, siguro marinig ko. Pero pwede niya chat, mababasa ko naman. So anyway, ang punto lang doon, brothers and sisters, yung pagkamalisyosa natin, kasi si Eve kasi, ano po bang purpose ng paghuhubad ni Noah? It's a natural law. It's a natural reaction dapat din. Natural law po yon kasi he's trying to restore doon sa position ni Adam at ni Eve before the fall. Before the fall. So, walang malisya, walang hiya. Okay? Hindi ibig sabihin na magiging walang hiya tayo. In a positive way, yung hiya kasi, kaya nga sabi sa atin palagi sa fundraising, shyness is a sin. Kaya dapat nating i-overcome yun. Dapat nating labanan ang sarili natin. Kasi kung hindi mo kayang labanan ang sarili mo, dyan sa hiya na naramdaman mo, wala sa'yo yung tinatawag na self-denial. Kaya nga sa fundraising, yun ang pinaka-purpose ng bakit natin ginagawa yan. Forget who you are. Who cares if you're a doctor or you're an engineer? Binta mo tong peanut brittle na to, binta mo yung nagaraya na yan. Oh. Kung feeling mo, oy, kalaki kong tao. I am a good-looking man coming from yung upbringing ng family ko, and then galing ako sa royal family. You cannot deny the fact na nahihiya. Pero Yun po yung essence na kinakailangan i-restore natin. Anong i-restore natin? Yung feelings, yung shyness, yung ashamed. So, anyway, nangyari naman yan. So, hindi talaga nalay ang tinatawag nating foundation of faith. Pero para sa akin, brothers and sisters, faith ang pag-uusapan natin, na kay Noah talaga yan. Kasi, even a single doubts, hindi natin nakita kay Noah yan. He is very much determined enough to follow the revelation that he received coming from God. Pero anyway, merong mga certain points dyan na dapat natin i-emphasize din kasi hindi naman talaga nag-fail. Pero since nag-failure si Ham, ang foundation to lay, the foundation of substance na dapat nilang ilay ay hindi nangyari. At the same time, yung foundation of faith ay hindi nangyari. Kaya hindi maipadala ni God ang tagapagligtas sa panahon ni Noah. So doon nag-end ang ating ano po yung reflection ko doon? As I said, sa akin kasi parang is there any I felt once again naramdaman ko naman yung I felt like I'm insignificant sa providence of restoration once na malayo ako. Kaya nga nasa center. Pumunta ako ng center, brothers and sisters, para ngayon. Did you see that? Nasa center ako na ako lang mag-isa tao. Sinong nakakaalam kung saan center ito? So, nag-travel ako from Oriental to Del Sur. So, anyway, merong mga bagay na dapat i-fix, pero sana man ay hindi maulit kasi ang formula ko rin, same with the formula na pinapattern natin sa mga central figure, ay ayaw ko na pong maulit ulit. Kasi nakikita natin there's no unity between brother. The relationship between brother sa time ni Noah, the relationship between brother the same time sa time ni Adam ay walang nangyari. So the lecturer promised that in a next meeting magkaroon pa tayo ng further lecture explanation. So sana we can dig deeper into the certain points wherein we can understand the significance of the central family. So ang purpose lang naman dito is para maintindihan natin that God never abandoned and He wanted to send the Messiah to save us, to redeem our sin. But unfortunately, He cannot do that because of the failure na tinatawag nating umulit ng umulit. Kung sinasabi nating history repeat itself. So, yun lang. Maraming salamat at magandang gabi. Sorry, nagsasalita ako dito pero wala talaga akong maintindihan dahil lakas pa rin ng ulan.
Okay lang.
Thank you, Kuya.
Salamat kayo.
Ay, ngayon, narinig ko na kayo. Salamat.
Thank you so much, Karen.
Parang akong cartoons, no? Kanina nagsalita, no?
Okay naman, Kuya.
Yeah.
Hindi. Okay lang.
Hindi man, Kuya.
Hindi ko nga alam pinagsasabi ko dahil yung ano ko parang wala ako sa utak dahil parang ang heart ko ba, asar na asar ako sa ulan.
Okay,
yung bad trip.
Power nga, Kuya eh. Power nga eh.
Bad trip ang ulan. Sobrang ingay ng yero.
Okay. Thank you so much, Kuya Ariel. Let's give a hand.
Thank you.
Advice ko sa inyo, you have to really read the divine principle. Narinig niyo naman, di ba? So you really have to read. So that's kind of challenge for you guys. Kasi you will really know what we're talking about. And yes, the picture muna pala tayo guys kasi kalimutan. Buksan niyo yung mga cameras. Kahit madilim. Yes. Guys.
Pwede.
Jonali. Jonalyn.
Unan.
Okay.
After
Heart.
na ito,
Open your camera. Heart. Brothers and sisters. Heart. 1, 2, 3. Very key heart. 1, 2, 3. Okay, next. Vision 2027. Sumi. Ani. Next, Hibaragi. 1, 2, smile. All right. Very much. Now, sino mag-volunteer? Bigyan ko yan ng chance.
Volunteer ko si Miss Lodebise, Jonali. Lodebise.
Advice daw, tsaka...
Lodebise. Oh, Jonalyn. Miss Jonali.
Advice mo. Advice mo na. Alam ba yun?
Lodebise daw.
For
Binu-volunteer.
device po.
Yes.
Alin?
Advice.
Bakit po?
Wala lang. wala lang. Reflection.
Nasabi na lahat ni Kuya eh. Ni Kuya ano?
Pwede mo naman sabihin ulit.
Ulitin ko.
Kopyahin mo, bilis, para alam natin na naintindihan natin yung sinasabi niya. Maliwanag sa atin. Kopyahin mo, bilis.
Kahit ano te. Yes, kahit ano.
Kasi gusto namin marinig yung magandang boses.
Ano, yung ang tawag dyan, yung video ko kasi nagputol-putol. Apo. Hello, brothers and sisters. Thank you so much for the lecture, Ate Renila. Kuya, thank you so much. So, about the
Challenge talaga.
Hello. Nakamute ka te. Okay, let's. Ano lang. Sino mag-volunteer? Reflection or question? You have 20 minutes. Okay, I will choose na lang. 12. Let's welcome kay Leomar.
Wow, favorite.
Number 12, kay Leomar.
12 ba?
Yes. Let's give a round of applause.
Madungga. kailangan kanon ang evening po Ate Relina, Kuya Erwin, brothers and sisters, good evening.
Good evening po.
So salamat sa lecture, napaka nice, and reflection ko is about doon sa restoration. So it takes too long to restoration ba kung gusto. Yung providence, no, ang napaka tagal, it takes too long to see and to prepare for another prepared person para prepare sana na maging Messiah, but definitely nagfi-fail pa rin. So up until now, central figure, I mean, so kahit yung mga central figure para from the past, they are failures also. So that's why pasa-pasa yung scene na nangyari kay Adam and Eve. So anyway, sa realization ko kasi yung I'm just thinking kung anyway, I have question for now. Kuya, i-ask ko muna Ate Relina about doon sa nakedness ni Abraham. So hindi ko masyado kasi maintindihan kung bakit.
Nakedness?
Ay, Noah. Noah, sorry. Si Noah, I mean,
Sa akin yung lecture na yan eh.
Kay Kuya Erwin pa. Oh, yung nakedness na nangyari doon, kung bakit siya kinahiya ng anak niya. So ano po yung kwento doon, bakit nakahubad siya as in ganun?
Kinento na ni Kuya yun ah. Anyway, sige.
Sorry po kasi umalis muna ako saglit, may binili po kasi yung leader may inutos.
Mas
Hindi ko na
magaling kaya si Kuya Ariel magkwento. Kuya Ariel, kwento mo ulit.
yun yung hinihintay ko na na lecture,
Kuya
but I go
Ariel,
out for a while.
Sir Ariel, kwento mo daw uli sa kanya. Mas magaling ka magkwento sa amin. Ganun. Naririnig ba kami ni Kuya Ariel? Ni Sir Ariel?
Anyways, ano yung kwento doon or yung
Ano daw nangyari yung ano?
ano lang
daw-
after the flood and
Yeah, yung reason kung bakit naghubad po si Noah.
Unang-una lasing siya. Kapag lasing ka, wala.
Okay.
Okay na yun?
Hindi pa po.
Di ba? Sige.
Lasing pa lang po.
Okay. So this is the family of Noah. Ulit tayo. Joke lang. Lasing siya at that time. And siyempre pag lasing, wala sa sarili kaya hindi maganda yung maglasing. So, hubad siya. Tapos, pero may purpose yun. It's because i-restore niya yung nangyari kay Adam and Eve na nakedness na nangyari din. Ang restoration pagdating kay Noah's family is kailangan lang hindi mahiya si Ham sa father niya. Hindi siya dapat mahiya. Kasi ang purpose nun is yun nga, restoration yung nakedness. Pangalawa is para magkaroon ng unity between Noah and Ham.
Okay.
Dapat magkaroon sila ng unity para may offer ni Ham yung substantial foundation of substance papunta kay Noah. Na meron si Noah, meron siyang foundation of faith. So pag pinagsama yung dalawa, they can be able to lay the foundation for the Messiah.
Okay na po.
Ganun lang. Pero yung may sinend ako sa group chat na you have to read that one from Black Book. Read DP Black Book, page 205 about the feeling of being ashamed.
Being ashamed.
Nasa GC daw.
Hindi. Dito sa chat box.
Read ko sa chat box. Basahin. I want you to read that one kayo mismo. Buong page lang ng 205. Even before that one, before 204, ganun.
Do we have that one, Kuya, in another internet? Because we don't have Black Book here.
Meron, nasa ano yun, nasa PDF na
Okay.
PDF na 3 colors. Search mo yung exposition of the divine principle. Tapos lagay mo 3 colors. Ganda pa nga 3 colors. Then per chapter, ano siya, naka-PDF siya. Pero same
Okay,
din
okay.
naman yung page niya.
Okay po.
So you have to personally read that one para mismo sa sarili niyo malalaman niyo kung ano yung condition. Foundation of substance under Noah's family. Foundation of substance under.
Yung kung paano napaliwanag kasi ni Sir Ariel yung kung paano naging hubad si Noah. Kasi hindi ko talaga alam kung paano malasing. Anyway, hindi ko alam talaga. Pero ang sabi kasi sabi niya si Sir Ariel, kapag lasing yata, naiinitan yung katawan. So, dahil siguro, nag-harvest siya ng grapes si Noah. At sa dami nung nag-harvest siya, 'di ba kahit yata yung grapes kahit hindi pa fermented, kung madami kang substantial yung nakain mo na grapes, so malalasing ka
Malalasing.
talaga. Malalasing ka yata talaga. And then dahil sa nalasing siya, dahil marami siya yung purong nakain na dahil sa celebration. Kasi kapag yatang intoxicated ka na, parang yun na yung parang hindi mo naman namamalayan na napapadami ka na ng kain, and then nalasing siya, and then paglasing ka yata, according to sinasabi nga nila, is that uminit yung katawan mo, so ang tendency niya is that to take off the clothes, parang ganun, para maginhawaan yung katawan niya, di ba? So hindi yun, although it's a test talaga for it's a test needed for providentially for the children of Noah. Yun. Kaya naging ganun siya. Pero practically speaking, nalasing siya, tinanggal niya talaga yung damit niya. Parang ganyan. At ayun yung nakita rin ni God na gamitin yon as a test kung may hiya nga siya. Kasi kailangan at that time, 'di ba, sabi nga the ark is representative ng new cosmos, bago lahat. Sa mag-uumpisa yung mag-uumpisa yung family pa rin ni God, mag-uumpisa yung mundo. So Noah is standing in the position of God. So, 'di ba, ang kailangan kasi ni Adam is to lay the foundation of one in heart with God. So, since Noah is standing in the position of God, yung mga anak niya is standing in the position of the children of God, which is Adam and Eve. Nagkataon kasi na yun. Dapat alam natin yung second son palagi, yung representative ni God, at yung first son, si Shem, yung representative ni Cain or ni Cain, di ba? Or the archangel. So yun. So dapat kasi siya ang katulad na sabi ko kanina, in Adam's family, they should be able to restore or reverse the fallen nature, which is hindi dapat siya mahiya. In the first place, tatay niya yun. Kahit naman nakahubad yan di ba? Lalaki rin naman sila pareho. Hindi naman sinasabi na nandoon yung mga wife nila para i-cover talaga nila kung tutusin, di ba? Kung yun yung point doon Wala naman yung mga wife nila. Sila lang mag-aama, di ba? Hindi ko maintindihan, I wish may anak akong lalaki para malaman ko kung mahihiya ba akong maligo kasama yung anak ko. Na yun, di ba? Kasi pwede pa rin kaming maligo ng anak ko na sabay, kahit na at 15 years old, pwede pa kaming maligo ng sabay. At hindi kami nahihiya. Hindi ko lang alam kung mother and son pwedeng ganun. Siguro hanggang bata pa siya, pero hindi ko alam kung yun. I mean, I wouldn't know. Pero I think kung pareho din yung halimbawa, yung tatay, may anak kaming lalaki, maliligo sila sabay ng asawa ko, I mean, I don't think magkakahiyaan sila. And ang iniisip ko, ganun din dapat sa mga anak ni Noah, di ba? hindi dapat sila mahihiya. Parang ganun. Hindi ko, kayo magsabi sa akin kung si ma'am, may anak po ba kayo? May anak po ba kayong lalaki mo? Kasi hindi ko alam eh. Parang yun. Dapat ba kayo umahiya sa kahubaran? And kung parehos kayong lalaki, kung sino yung wala naman yata kasi hindi itong brother na wala sister Randy eh, siyang may anak po lalaki. So ako kasi wala akong isa lang po anak ko, babae siya. So kung pareho lang yung gender, I think father to father, I don't think just like mother and daughter, hindi dapat sila nahihiya sa hubad na katawan ng nanay nila. I mean, example ko lang, pag kaya pa rin namin maligo ng daughter ko ng sabay na hindi kami nagkakahiyaan. Just like nung bata pa siya na nagkakayaan na hubad-hubad kaming maligo, parang ganon. So, just like yun, pwede siguro yun. Kaya I don't see any reason kung bakit dapat mahihiya nga. Kahit na sinabi nga sa divine principle na totoo, kung lumabas ka, ibang tao nakatingin sa'yo, yun, pwede. Pero yun nga sinasabi ko, ayon dun sa kwento sa Bible, wala naman yung mga wife ng mga anak niya. Sila lang mag-aama. So, there's no reason for them to be ashamed of their father's nakedness, and that's the reason why they failed into becoming one, especially Ham, with their one in heart with their father who is standing as God during that time, and that constitute the failure.
Thank you, ate. Then, time na rin. So, yan. From Adam and Noah's family. Conclusion done is, it is about laying the foundation of faith. The story of the Bible, yes, you can read that one. Adam, Noah's family and his family. But in the principle, unification principle, it emphasizes the very basic formula is the foundation of faith, substance. Na ito yung pinaka-importante in lay the foundation for the Messiah. Ang tanong, dami kong tanong. Connection with us. It is also important to have this foundation of faith and substance. And why is it that God always first asks the foundation of faith? The next is foundation of substance. Kasi yun yung pinaka importante within our life of faith kasi then as a unification member, we knew this formula and it is our time also to use this. Gagamitin din to kay Abraham's family. And up until Jacob, basta any in the family, there's always a foundation of faith and substance. Ang tanong, we knew who is the Messiah. And receiving the Messiah needs a foundation of faith. Alam na natin kung sino yung Messiah. But are we laying the foundation of faith and substance? Naglilay na ba kayo ngayon? Hirap mag-lay ng foundation of faith pa lang. Substance. Pinaka very foundation, ang unang gagawin is foundation of faith. That foundation of faith is really strong. Then upon laying the foundation of faith, nagkakaroon din ng foundation of substance. So I hope that yan yung kung pupunta tayo sa Abraham's family, there's another set of providence na na-accomplish. But here, a failure of laying the foundation of faith. Yan yung pinaka-main ang lesson from these two families. The importance of hindi na dapat tayo mag-fail. Hindi na dapat. Kasi sino masasaktan? Hindi lang ikaw, hindi lang tayo. Si God. Ang unang masasaktan is si God. And we never realized this one actually. Ito yung nawawala, yung foundation. Kasi sa time ni Adam and Eve, word, following the word, just following the word. And sa time din natin ngayon, it is the word, it is our foundation of faith. May foundation of faith na ba kayo? May foundation of faith na ba tayo? Brother. Kasi receiving the Messiah, you receive the Messiah, you're also receiving the blessing. And receiving the blessing also needs foundation of faith. And we are applying now. Again, question ourselves, do we have this foundation of faith and substance? And enough na ba yan that you are ready to welcome the Messiah, to receive the blessing? Basic responsibility pa nga lang, it's hard for us. Pag-attend pa lang ng seminar, we're supposed to attend the seminar 5 minutes before. That is very basic, but that hindi natin nakikita because it became our culture, especially Filipino. Especially Filipino. We had this culture that we are always late, but actually, timing is very important, especially with God's providence. Kaya nga may tinatawag na, kaya nga laying the foundation of faith, may central figure for the condition, tsaka numerical period. Numerical period, always necessary. Never forget. So I hope that we've learned that one and we can apply this in our daily life. Yun yung pinaka-importante. Lagi natin nang narinig to actually. Especially member, lagi natin narinig to, always and always. And then curious tayo sa mga, ano ba nangyari kay Noah? Ganito pala yun, may bago ako natutunan. Ang tanong doon is yung foundation of faith and substance pa rin. Ginawa, di ba? Yung story na yan, tapos na yan. Already happened. The question is, what is the future? And we are holding the future. That is why, ang importante is foundation of faith and substance sa atin. Especially, kasama natin yung Messiah. Di ba masaya? With your parents and you're laying the foundation of faith and substance. And you know already what is the mistake. It is your time. It is our time to change it. Hindi na kailangan mag-suffer yung mga descendants natin. If we fail, maalala niyo yung greater indemnity. Pag mag-fail tayo now, ang descendants natin mag-indemnify. Not equal, but greater indemnity. Kung nag-suffer tayo ngayon, the more they will suffer. And hindi na kailangan ibigay natin sa kanila. And I hope na-realize natin this time, especially with True Mother. Then let's be honest, some of our members were not able to understand the heart of their parents. Because first and foremost, the foundation of faith is not absolute in front of your parents and God. We don't have absolute faith towards God and absolute obedience towards God and your parents. Anyway, yun ang dapat may parating eh. We're telling the stories, but the essence of this story. After nito, boom, tangko na agad. Ganun lang kadali. So let us change our mindset na after nito, i-apply natin agad. Hindi naman siya biglaan, but little by little. So sana matulungan natin si True Mother. We have this, the providence, right? Makikita mo talaga yung substantial result talaga. Yung mga accomplish ng true parents. The true parents. And True Mother, here on earth, True Father in the spirit world. Sinabi ng perfect trinity, si Dr. Yung spirit world si Father, earth is si Mother, si God, visible, spirit, or on earth, perfect trinity. That is why the mission of True Mother is really important while still here alive. Yung sinabi dito na sinabi, when Mother proclaimed about 7 years, tapos na pumasok sa utak ko bigla, ano kayang 7 years na gagawin ko? Kung si Mother nag-vision siya na after the 7 years, she can offer nation. Ano yung, sabi ko, ano kayang gagawin ko kaya? Para kailangan meron din akong parang course, 7-year course. Kasi si Mother may 7-year course, ako may 7 years. Nag-iisip ako, then, ito na may sagot, but the more it clarifies me the answer, especially yesterday, the Chonbo event happened, that is our offering. God is waiting for the tribal Messiah, accomplish his tribal Messiah. And siguro, yun, pumasok sa utak ko that I will do my tribal Messiah as well. Within that 7 years, along with True Mother, I have to offer something before Mother will go to the spirit world. We never know actually. Maganda nga yung maganda nga yung hindi pa abot ng 7 years. I-start pa lang kasi. But anyway, kailangan talaga yung faith eh. Anyway, faith and substance. We always have to think about this. So time already. Thank you very much, brothers and sisters. Great night, but let's pray. Let me pray. Sige, ako na lang. Pagod na ako mamili. Let's join me in prayer. Dear Heavenly Parents and True Parents, Father, it's always painful, Father in heaven, to hear the story of their figure before, their failures, mistakes, and also because we could also feel your heart and how you're really trying to save us, trying to save this unworthy people, us, Father in heaven, to go back to your bosom. And Father, we are determined not we will try, but we will do our best, Father in heaven, with True Mother, especially this time. We're gonna offer substantially, Father in heaven, to True Mother. And somehow we could give joy and happiness to you, our true parents. Father in heaven, bless these precious brothers and sisters of mine. They are so precious, Father in heaven. I know why we will never stop giving inspiration and guidance to these brothers. I hope that we could also realize how important. Father, we've learned about our faith, Father in heaven, how important it is in our life. We have this absolute faith, absolutely parents, that no matter what, even though we think of it as wrong, think it is fallen thinking, Father in heaven. But I hope that we have this, no matter what, we should follow true parents. No matter what will happen, we should obey true parents no matter what. Sorry, Father in heaven, for the mistakes that we've done sometimes. Father, you know in your heart, Father in heaven, that we love you. It's just our actions not really enough, Father in heaven, to express our love to you and to your parents. And I hope, Father in heaven, that you could bless us always and his brothers and sisters. Thank you, Father, for your unending love, care, support every day. Thank you, Father. Words. And did I pray in the name of Jesus Christ, in our name, and in the blessed name of Papa. June.
I
So much. Blessed teachers. Have a great night.
Bye. Good night po.
Night.
Thank
Bye-bye
you.
po.
Night.
Excuse me, Kuya
Thank you
Herwin.
so much po.
Yes.
Kuya, baka-accept niyo yung ano ko kasi sayang naman yung mga maling answer ko doon. Messenger niyo po.
Talaga? Yes, sige.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Ate Mary, Ate
Thank you, Kuya. Bye po.
Erika,
Bye.
Rodovice,
Bye-bye po,
Christine, Bell,
Kuya.
Bye, Jonaline,
Bye-bye po.
Bye-bye.
Ingat po kayo.
Francis, thank you. Good night. Sandra, good night.
Wait lang, wait lang. Kuya, paano yung hindi nakapag-exam?
Nagpaalam ka na hindi ka mag-exam?
Hindi ko man alam yun kasi nag-fundraising kasi kami nung day na yun. Tapos hindi ako na-late na ako na-inform ni ate. Pero naka-answer
Before-
man ako kanina.
Before,
Ano yun?
before the day of the exam, like my meeting before the day.
Hindi,
Attend ka ba nun?
nakapag-skip ako nung Friday. Hindi talaga ako Paano yun? Hindi na siya
Ang mangyayari kasi niyan is, we'll have to midterm again. Other
Akala ko
batches.
special eh. Hindi na ako kasama.
So, I'm so sorry. Anyway, I will PM na lang.
Sige po. At PM.
Yes.
I'm really sorry. Kasi nag-fundraising
Problem.
kasi kami nung time na yun.
Yeah. Just explain me there kung ano nangyari.
Apo,
Madali lang
thank
yan.
you.
Okay.
Oo. Pero nakasagot man ako kanina sa'yo, di ba? Ayun. Parang memorize na. Thank you po.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Kuya Erin. Kuya Ricky, Floribel. Oh,
Wala.
nakita si Floribel.
Hindi pala ako naka-leave. Mag-leave na?
Thank you po.
Depende sa'yo, Kuya, kung mag-leave ka o hindi.
Thank you.
Sir Eril.
Ay,
Sir
te.
Eril, sandali lang. Hindi ko mahanap yung request mo. Kasi baka hindi talaga lang ako marunong mag-Facebook. Kasi tinatanong ko paano hanapin eh. Anyway, tinitignan ko talaga.
Nag-friend request ko doon yung display picture te, yung DP ninyo, DP mo is ikaw, si Kuya Ray, at saka yung anak mo.
Opo. Yun naman ako.
Ilan ba account mo?
Isa lang.
Oh,
Isa
nag-send
lang.
ako doon.
Sige, hahanapin ko uli. Baka hindi ko lang
Anyway, ate, kung di mo makita, pwede naman din ako mag-send yung Eril Kangarobin. Eril Kangarobin. I-type ko, gusto mo?
Yes po. Tignan ko.
I-type ko dito.
Sige po. Sorry kasi hindi talaga ako masyadong marunong mag FB.
Ganyan lang ang i-type mo ate. Lalabas ko yung yung motor na big bike, kulay pula ang lalabas. Ako yan.
Okay. Sige po.
Yung big bike na motor te.
Nakita ko na.
Okay.
Oo.
So we're friend now.
Big bike.
We're friend now ate.
Siguro. Tignan ko po. Opo, mamaya.
In heart ate, okay na? In heart friend tayo?
Yes po. Opo. Yes naman. Dati na yun eh.
Salamat. I'm
Sige
leaving.
Po. Bye-bye po. Sige
Bye.
po.
Hello, kumusta? Yes, sir.
Pag ganun, check nyo lagi yung chat. May mga chat na mga messages na na pumapasok. So don't forget to check the chat.
Alin, sir?
May mga chat na pumasok na may mga that can help, that can inspire from the participants. So, kung halimbawa si Ate Redina yung nagle-lecture, or even si Ate Redina kahit nagle-lecture siya, sometimes she needed to check the chat also kasi para pagka merong mga tinatrauma participants, at least you can still prepare for it. So yun yung hygiene sa Zoom meeting as a host, as a lecturer. We should always be updated with we should always check kung merong mga information na binabato ang mga participants. Para sa ganun, kung halimbawa nagle-lecture si Ate Relina, nakita niya na merong nag-chat na something concern na tapos hindi napansin ng host. At least she can ask yung ikaw, Herwin, or either si Monina na mag-reply for it. Yeah. So that's one of the hygiene and ethics that we have to check while we are on the Zoom. Kasi we have to respond to the participants' query or participants' information in real time. Even yung pagka meron sila binibigay na support, at least there must be somebody among the three of you kaya na mag-reply na thank you for that information, mga ganun. Thank you for that update. Para we can still develop a connection with them. No one will be left behind. Adjo?
Yes, sir.
So we should always be mindful na merong chat, and nasabi na rin lang naman na if you cannot say it in voice, you can do it in chat. So it's our responsibility also to check the chat, the Zoom chat. Para sa ganun we can always be responsive towards each other. Okay, andiyan ba si Manina?
Yes po.
Alam mo, Nens. Yan, dito nga, pero parang wala yata. Yun, dyan siya. Hi mo, Nens. Yan, so, pagka gano'n na, you have to, pagka nandiyan dyan, halimbawa Manina nandiyan dyan ka, you have to check. Kung wala kang lecture na nandiyan dyan ka, while you are listening to the presentation, you have to check from time to time yung chat, and at the same time i-check mo rin from time to time kasi meron yung mga participants na may picture pero wala sila doon, no? So you can send message to them, hi, how are you, are you still okay, mga ganun. Okay, para sa ganun we can monitor kasi yung mga walang video, hindi natin alam kung nagpa-participate sila o hindi. So we have to check all of these things as well. Okay? Aju?
Yes po. Aju?
Kaya actually, I'm observing the whole yung medyo nakikita ko na medyo hindi nyo napapansin. Yung sa pag-monitor ng participants, that's very important. Kasi kine-check natin yung attendance, nandyan sila, nagre-reflect sila, pero hindi natin alam kung talagang nag-attend sila. Okay. And then yung sa chat, Kung halimbawa nasa nandiyan yung pangalan nila tapos walang parang si Jenny na may picture si Jenny. Malalaman natin na present siya, nandiyan siya kung i-chat mo siya. Tama ba? Kung i-chat mo siya tapos nag-reply, medyo mahina po ang signal, wala akong video, I cannot run my video. Kaya picture lang po. And then from time to time, we have to update para sa ganun natin, ma-monitor natin din yung status nila. Okay? Anjo?
Yes po.
Parang yung I shoot a answer to the question of kay Leo Mar Cañete kanina. Yung doon sa nakedness na nag-chat ako ng doon ng response. Check niyo yung sa chat box. Meron din yung yung tinatanong niya na nakedness ni Noah. Okay.
Yes, and
Ayun. So you have to check, kaya kinakailangan na i-check yung the three of you must check the chat para sa ganun you can always see how you can support each other. So, kasi actually ako naman kahit nagsi-shadow ako sa inyo, I'm checking. I'm if I need to respond, I will do it. Okay? Para to support you as well. Para we can have para yung we can balance everything na. Adjo? So as what I can say sa inyo is to as a hygiene sa sa Zoom. Lalo kayong tatlo na na main lecturer. Kung Herwin ang gawin mo, halimbawa kung mabisi ka sa pag-coordinate, pwede mong i-designate si Monina and si Ate Relina to either check and then i-update ka kung anong situation ng mga participants. And at the same time, yung response sa kung mayroong mga query, mayroong mga situation ng mga participants. Lalo na pag kayong got disconnected, I'm sorry, I'm trying to reconnect. Ganun. Okay? So minsan hindi lang sa chat sila nagsasend ng message, kahit sa Messenger. Kaya ginagawa ko is I'm checking sa chat, checking sa Messenger, and then looking at the participants, yung mga picture ng mga participants sa kaya i-scan ko isa-isa yung mga yung ng mga views, ni-scan ko isa-isa, and you have to check that as well. Okay? Isa na rin is at least makapag-pause kayo habang pag nagle-lecture kayo, at least makapag-pause kayo sandali to make up your presentation. Lalo na pagka yung medyo kanina Ate Relina, di ba, medyo na nahirapan ka to catch up yung next na sasabihin mo. Yun yung pwede mong gawin yun pwede mong i-check mo yung mga participants para sa ganun, or i-check mo yung chat box para sa ganun you can connect yung, or pwede baka malay mo doon mo mahanap yung gusto mong sabihin doon sa lecture mo, or it can help you to recall yung mga ganun. Kaya, and at the same time you are developing your connection as well to the participants. Although it's not really that actual, pero at least virtually pa rin meron pa rin tayong connection sa kanila. Okay? Adjo? Yeah. So anyway, thank you for your hard work and congratulations for your effort for today. Yung kay Eril, okay naman yung kay Eril, kaso lang ang ano doon is kung reflection kasi hindi na dapat ulitin lahat yung lecture. You no need to talk kasi ang gagawin nun is ile-lecture mo ulit. So magsimula ka ulit from the beginning. Okay. Is mas maganda yung what should I do after learning this? Okay. Kaya yung point mo kanina sa huli, Herwin, yun yung dinadala natin actually. Yun yung purpose bakit pinapag-aralan natin yung history, yung mga providential families, to learn from them. And then in my situation, in my present situation, what shall I do so that I can still become I can still work with God, and I can still bring something to God, more than just looking at my situation and being embedded into my own situation. Okay. Kaya maganda kapag yung sa uli meron kayong unlocking na tinatawag. You will unlock yung situation nila to be connected to God. Kaya maganda yung last point mo kanina na lalo sinabi mo na True Mother set another 7 years, and what can I do? If True Mother was able to set 7 years, how about me? What would be my 7-year course na i-offer kay God so that God will become happy like unto what True Mother did? Okay? Yeah. So, anyway, all those stories naman, yung bakit na nalasing si Noah, nasa Bible na yan eh. That's part of the responsibility actually to read it. Natin is yung principal point of view in understanding the providential history so that we will not repeat the same mistake, or we will not repeat the same scenario, so that we can advance forward and we can lay the substantial foundation for God to come into us. Okay? Yeah. So, sige, alam ko mag-prepare pa kayo para bukas. We will prepare together for tomorrow. Okay?
Relina, ikaw ang lecture na di ba? Tradition?
Tradition.
Yes.
Una
ako. Kayo nag-volunteer, di ba? Tradition. Sino sa gabi? Sino mag-lecture sa gabi ng tradition?
Rin ba?
Ate Marina, gusto mo? Gusto niya eh. Sabi niya sa akin. Sabi mo sa akin kanina.
Si Ate Relina sa 12 to 12:30 to 3, tapos si Manina sa 7:30.
Pag sabi mo sa akin, sabi mo, gusto ko mag-lecture ng tradition. Inunahan ako ni Ate Relina.
Gusto niya ba?
Dalawang option pala. So,
feeling ko nga hindi. Sabi ko nga nung kahapon nile-lecture ni Sir Randy, sabi ko gano'n, para wala akong kayo magsabi nun eh, dahil may mga hindi ako nagagawa dun eh. Parang I lose the...
Parang alam yun natin ni Ate Marina eh.
Oo nga.
Okay lang yun, at least it will become parang it will also become a reminder sa iyo. It will also become a reminder sa iyo. Ganoon naman yun eh, pagka nagle-lecture ka, either you are educating the participants or you are also educating yourself.
I'm educating myself, parang gano'n. Kasi parang mahihiya kang mag-lecture na gano'n tapos hindi mo ginagawa.
Anyway, we're all still we are still training ourselves naman. We're still trying to perfect all those tradition na i-follow natin.
Parang nahihiya ako mag-ano nun.
Tandaan mo ate, yung shame is Satan's way of connecting to us.
Kaya nga sasabihin ko na hindi ko siya nagagawa para ma-expose ko.
Yan.
Di ba? Para ma-expose ko. Siyempre, susunod doon yung talagang gagawin.
Challenge to do it na.
Oh.
Okay, good night. See you tomorrow.
Sige po, bye-bye po. Ano, Miss Monina, ano ba talaga?
Umaga ka tayo, tapos gabi si
Ate Monina. Okay. Bye po.
Night. Yes.